Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're looking at some tools that are going to be handy if you're looking to add some mounting options to your bike. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today we're taking a look at a couple tools that are helpful if you're looking to add some mounting options to your bike. So if we look back, probably, that was 2 years ago now, if you look back at one of those videos, we actually added bottle cage mounts onto our fat bike right there, that green fat bike right there. That bike had no bottle cage mounts from the factory. We had added 4 points that you can mount bottle cages to on that bike. And it's worked great, worked awesome, and a lot of you have seen that video and watched it and done things for yourselves. So in that video, what we did is you essentially drill out a hole and you add a rivnut into the frame. Now, if you don't know what a rivnut is essentially a threaded insert. So this is a little rivnut right here. This is pretty much what they look like. They're this little guy right here. They're essentially a threaded rivet is what you can say. So pretty much this little insert here, you put this into the hole you just drilled. That's about the same size. And you use a special tool that will crimp this guy up and it will pretty much make a threaded insert into the frame. And we use that on that bike. And if you look at most of your bikes out there, they look about that same thing. They look kind of the same right on the top. And that's because it pretty much is. Everything you see on bottle cage mounts, it's pretty much a rivnut. It's kind of what you're looking at. A little threaded insert that goes into the frame. And it's a great way if you need to. You either want to add mounting points to your bike or fix a mounting point that potentially broke in the past. And I've done both. I've added points onto the fat bike and I've fixed some mounting points on the old road bike, the old Trek 1.2. I had to fix some. So we were able to use the rivnuts, get it to work, no issues at all. So in that video, I used a riv gun. That's this guy right here. I used this guy in the video. Now this guy is like a Harbor Freight special. I think I paid like 12 bucks for this thing, and it came with the riv gun, came with a couple different dies, and it came with a couple different rivnuts. And ultimately, it's not that great of a rivnut gun. I'll tell you that right now. It's not great. If you look at the video description on that, I actually say don't buy what I bought. Don't buy what I have. You should buy this one, and I've referred you to a different rivnut gun, a whole different style rivnut gun, and that's actually what we're trying today. So a company named Hardell reached out to me, and they specialize, one of their big specialties they have is in rivnut guns and rivet guns. And I said, that's kind of what I need to show you guys, what an actual rivet gun looks like, and it's about time to refresh and show you guys some different stuff with more cool tools, that stuff you guys can do in your own house to get the tools to use it on. So they went ahead and sent me out both a rivet gun and a rivnut gun, so I can try both of them out, because both of those are probably going to become handy if you're into cycling, you want to modify your bike or fix things on your bike. So let me show you what we got today. So first one we'll start off with is this guy here. So in this box here, first off, great packaging. It's nice to have a rivnut gun into a nice package with a box like this. Keeps it nice, safe, secure. In this box here is their rivnut gun. So this is a 14-inch premium rivnut gun in here. So let's go ahead and open this guy up and I'll show you what we got. So this is our rivnut gun right here. So kind of nice, a lot different than the one I just showed you. Essentially, it's use your pressure of both your hands to pull that guy in and to secure that rivet into the frame. Kind of nice, really small, still portable, works really good. Essentially, you can use this handle here to screw into a rivnut, and then you pop it right in. We'll show you guys how to do that. We got a project we're going to use some rivnuts in too. So comes with the gun, of course. Along with that, you got a ton of different rivnuts in here. Everything from M6, M8, M10, 1024, quarter 20, 5/16, 18, and a 3/8/16. So you got both metric and standard in there. Now I will say if you're doing bottle cages, the bolts you want are actually an M4, not an M6. So this particular kit I got doesn't go down quite small enough in metric. They do sell a kit that has everything down to, I can't remember what it is, a really small metric, and I tried to get that one so I could put some bottle cages in. They said they were out of stock and they're having warehouse problems, so that's fine. That's fine. We got this one here. We can figure this out. We got some other projects we're going to use this on today. So kind of nice, complete kit. Has everything you need just to get started, get you started going. You can buy, of course, these rivnuts. You can buy separately. Tons of places sell the rivnuts. You pretty much, the big part you need is the gun itself. It's really nice to include everything else, but this is the big part and what we're going to be trying today, and what should work better than our old one from Harbor Freight. This one should be much better what we need to do. So excited to use this out. We're definitely going to be testing this out here right in this video. We're going to show you guys how this actually works so you know how this style of gun is going to work for you. And I don't know if I mentioned, but they include all the different anvils here. So it includes those all. They're all quick change. Pretty cool. I'll show you how all that works. We'll show you how everything works on this because it's all a really cool system. I like just the style and the workings of this one way better than the Harbor Freight one. So it comes with everything you need for all those different sizes. Really, really cool. Put that guy back in there. The other thing that sent me out was their rivet gun, their pop rivet gun. So if you've never seen rivets before, a lot of stuff is held together with rivets. So they sent me out their pop rivet gun here. So it works very similar to what we talked about before, where you pretty much have this little screw thing in here. You put the pop rivet into a hole you were working on, and then you squeeze this guy and it compresses that together and locks in place and snaps the end off. Really cool, really neat. I don't think I've actually owned one of these. I've used them before, but I've never owned one myself. Has the different dies in here so we got 3/32, 1/8 inch, 5/32, 3/16, all included on this rivet gun here. Has a little storage here for your break offs here that come off. Again, I got a project I'm gonna do this, not bike related, but something that needs to get fixed. So we got a little project, so I show you guys how this one works too. Really good, solid quality feeling to it. Same as the Rivnut gun. Kind of excited to try these guys out. So let's go ahead. We're gonna work on our wagon here. So you guys have seen my little wagon that I worked on. I pretty much work on it every year around this time, trying to get ready for Sea Otter. We learn something different at Sea Otter every year. This wagon gets towed the entire time we're there. We pull it around, pull it with the bike. It's a use and abuse, man. It's this poor wagon, dude. We need to add a couple things to the wagon, and one of those is going to be involving the Rivnut gun. It's going to be pretty handy to use that versus like welding on it or anything like that, just because of the spot where it is. So let's move over to the wagon, show you guys what we're working on. I'll show you guys how to install a Rivnut with our nice Hardell Rivnut gun here. So the wagon, so we use this thing for the Sea Otter Classic. This is probably the biggest thing this thing goes to, and we use it all day, every day. Hauls all our stuff, hauls my daughter in here, which she needs a break from walking. Biggest thing we use this for is actually holding my daughter's bike while we're there. So there's lots of kids races, kids events at the beginning of the day. So at the beginning of the day, we pretty much throw her bike in here. We can haul it around with us the whole morning before lunch. So one of the things we do is we pretty much put the top to the bottom there, I guess it's down tube. Put the down tube right over here, kind of like you'd see on like a tailgate pad. We actually need to fix this too. But we pretty much put it right here so the front tire hangs off of the back. And then we use these bungee cords to pretty much strap it down and hold it in place. So one of the problems with the bungee cords where they are right now is they're kind of too far back is one of the problems here. So there's not much mounting points back here. Realistically, I'd want the mounting point here so that then you could strap it right through where the down tube goes down. So you can strap it right here. And I feel like that's gonna be the most secure spot you can put it versus, you know, a couple inches farther back. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna add essentially little hooks. I don't have the hooks right now. We're gonna add them right here onto pretty much our back brace here. We're gonna add them kind of right in this area right here, so that when we attach our bungee cord, it can go straight through the frame on both sides. And I think that's gonna be a lot better solution than kind of where they are now. These work okay, not the best though. I feel like there's better options out there, and then they'll still be able to just hang on the wagon, no problem either. These honestly need to be replaced. Maybe we'll replace them this year. These are getting kind of beat. These are pretty much stretched out. Maybe we'll get new bungee cords this year too. Maybe we'll do that as well. So that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to measure it right here, and we're going to measure, I don't know, I'm debating just going kind of right where that hole is. Right where that is, just go right across and right there. I think that's actually going to work pretty good because there's nothing there, and we're not quite into this curve where it gets thin. So yeah, so let's just do that. Why am I bothering measuring here? So we're gonna go straight across from right here. Right there, kind of find the center. Go straight across right there to right here, and we're gonna just use our center punch. And we're gonna go ahead and knock a little divot into the bar there, right in the center. There we go. So this actually gives you a whole size guide on here, which is kind of nice. So for the 1024, you want to go to 9/32, or a 7mm hole, what you're looking for. So let's see if I have a 9/32 on here. Okay, so right now we got this step bit on my drill here. Pretty much the easiest way to drill stuff out is with the step bit, because you can kind of go a little bit farther, a little bit in. So we're gonna line that up with our little mark. We just hole punched, center punched. slowly punch this hole out. And what we're going to do is get a rivnut here. And we pretty much want this to be a snug fit. So obviously we're still a little too loose right now, so we need to go a hair bigger. All right, and we should be able to get our little rivnut. And boop, goes in there perfect. All right, that'll work good. Okay, so show you how to use this gun here. So this one's pretty cool. So it pretty much has this portion at the top you can unthread. You unthread this blue portion here. You unthread the larger portion here. And inside of that is your, essentially a little anvil, I think is what they call it. So in here you can remove that. It just slides right out. Super easy. And it slides right in. Super easy, super nice. Comes with the little storage containers here that you can put them in. Keep everything organized. Again, super nice. So you can keep everything nice and organized together. And then we can get our one here. So 1024. 1024 is what we're going to be using today. So we go ahead, get this guy, line up the key on there, slide that guy right on in, and we need this piece first to get our big piece. Thread our big piece on to hold that down. Keep that centered roughly, and then we get our small piece right here, and this just threads it right onto the top, just like so. There we go. We're switched over. Easiest thing ever. The old one sucked. So, now that we got that where it needs to go, let's kind of pop this guy out. So what we need to do, we need to open these guys up all the way. And we're going to thread this guy onto the threads we just put on. There we go. Should thread that. Should go all the way out the bottom, just like so. So, then what we're going to do, you keep them spread out like so. We're going to go ahead, we're going to put this into the hole. Make sure it's all the way bottomed out. And then we just go ahead and we just need to squeeze these guys together. Just like so. I think we got it. That was ridiculously easy. Okay, just like so. And then we just go ahead and grab our center screw here. And we should be able to nicely unscrew this guy all the way out. And there we go. We got a threaded insert. That is so much easier than that old garbage junk. There we go. We got a threaded insert on this side. All set to go. We just need to put a bolt and that hook on there, and then that'll be all set. That is so much easier. Get one of these. Like, don't use the Harbor Freight. I'm a Harbor Freight guy, and don't use the Harbor Freight on this one. Man, that is easy versus the other one. All right. We just got to do the same thing over here. Easy peasy. All right. So now we're outside. So we're going to test out the rivet gun here. So pretty much what we're fixing here is the electrical box on the side of my house. So there's this little hinge here that's, supposed to hold the box up, hold the lid up. That's holding with my head currently. This hinge and attaches to this little bracket here, and that pretty much keeps the door attached to the rest of it. That rivet broke. I don't know how long ago it broke. So we're gonna be replacing that rivet here and riveting this guy back on like that. Is the plan. So what we got the rivet gun here, and I pretty much found the rivet in the package that was closest to fitting. It pretty much fits this pretty much perfect. Fits in the hole we need to go in perfectly. So that's the one we're going to use. So we got that in there. Then from there, what we need to do is the rivet gun comes with a bunch of different dies with it. So you want to find the one that the rivet doesn't move around in. So I kind of went and played with it. Looks like this one is a, does it say a size on them? Oh, it does, 3/32. So what we should be able to do is just unscrew the die from the handle. Kind of nice they're just in the handle. Unscrew our die from up here. We should be able to replace our die back down here on the handle so we don't lose it. Kind of nice. I like that feature. And we should be able just to screw in our correct size right there. Should be able to push our rivet in just like so. Got our rivet pushed in and locked, ready to go. And realistically, what we should be able to do is just hold that up in my head again. Should be able to get these two lined up where we want them to. We should be able to push our rivet, pop it through both of them, and we should just be able to pull this. And it says you have to do it like 2 or 3 times is what it said. And that will fully seat it, and it will break it off, just like so. And if you let go, there we go, so you can hear it. right in there. So it popped the end right down into the little carry thing. So there's a break off of that little rivet. Keep it in here if you want, whatever. Has a little recycle thing, so you can dump it in the recycle, because it is recyclable, all that. Got that done. I think that was kind of an on me thing. Maybe I twisted it a little bit, but that rivet's in there. Like, it looks good. It should work good there. Yeah. It's good, I feel like. So, it's about what these ones look like. Yeah, those aren't mine. So, that should work there. We just gotta bolt this guy up. There we go. Nice and attached. Should just be able to knock this out. Oh, heck yeah. Actually works like it's supposed to now. So honestly, these guys are pretty cool. The rivet gun works good. Not super applicable to bikes, but there is stuff on bikes that is riveted together. So you can use it on a bike, I'll say that. There's definitely spots you can use this. I can think of a handful of times where it probably could have used a rivet gun, and it probably would have been better than putting a nut in a bolt. So, you can use a rivet gun, pretty handy. If there was one product I'd say in this video to get, it would be the Rivnut gun. If you want to add mounting options to your bike, whether it has bottle cages or it doesn't, or you want to bag options to your fork, or whatever you want to do. If you want to add fender mounts, whatever that is. The Rivnut gun, this thing's awesome. That old Harbor Freight one sucks. If you watch that video of me installing the bottle cages on the fat bike, sucked. I hated that. It was horrible. That's why I told you guys not to buy that Rivnut gun. This one is really nice. This one works super smooth. You saw how simple it was. The last time I used a Rivnut gun, that wasn't this one, I had to make cuts in the footage because it drove me so nuts and was so dumb. This one, just right together. Done. Super easy, super simple. Honestly, not even that bad price-wise. I would go for the upgraded version of this to get all the metric versions that you can. You know, the one that will get you more bottle cage bolt sizes, stuff like that with the M4, a lot more metric options out there than this one. That's the one I would choose if you're going for bike stuff. In my case, I do a lot of kind of across the board. While I would like the bike stuff, I'm going to reach out to Hardell and see if I can get those dies that are for the smaller sizes. I would love those smaller sizes if I can get them. This thing works good. These are awesome. This thing was so much easier. It works awesome. I'm excited to use those new mounting points we put on the wagon for a Sea Otter this year. It's going to be a ton of fun. So I'd like to give a big thanks to Hardell for sending me out these tools so I can showcase them on the channel. Show you guys some cool new tools that can help with your bicycle modifications, making your bike better and more suited to you. If you're interested in picking out either the Rivnut gun here or the rivet gun, I'm going to have links in the description down below. Check them out. Give them some love. If you guys enjoyed the video or at least found it somewhat entertaining, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering any questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.